Okay, so the very first thing I'll mention is I did do a bit of a snafu with one of the numbers there in the Word document thing. And just when you raise in the small blind and your opponent calls, you're getting 2.5 to 1.5, not 2 to 1. And so now what I'm going to do is there's going to be a lot going on in this match, but I'm just going to try and focus on play around the blinds in the same concept we discussed earlier. And the reason I've chosen this opponent is this is actually a full tilt pro, and I know he plays pretty aggressively. And one of the things I want to focus on is just dealing with the getting 3-bet a lot. And the reason I want to really focus on that is because a lot of people, they just hate getting 3-bet. And, they find it's a sticky spot. And so here, if he bets into me, I would probably consider a fold based on the size of the pot. And again, even though there's going to be a lot going on in this match, I have a lot of other heads-up videos prepared, and we're going to be releasing them. They're going to go into much greater depth on heads-up play in general, but I'm just going to try and focus on these concepts and explain it. And so, what you may also notice in those other heads-up videos is I actually do fold a couple hands in my big blinds, not very many. Well, I never actually had looked at the numbers again after the last time I had taken a peek, and I thought that, okay, well, I can play most of my hands from the big blind, maybe as much as 95%, but what I'm probably going to do is just stop folding my big blind. And that's good because it can even discourage my opponent to against raising hands in the small blind. I would love him to just give up with a few extra hands. So I'm going to call him, depending on what sort of cards peel off. The 9 is not a very good card. I still have some else to improve, and I'm probably going to call non-heart river. And the king is, he may get me a cheap showdown, maybe if he has something like middle pair, which would be nice. But I'm still going to call a bet he thinks. And if he's thinking, well, I'm going to certainly take my showdown. Just check it behind. But I'm going to really try and focus on, again, the blind play. And just also trying to show how you can force your opponents to commit a lot of bets when you're in position and they 3-bet to make the price you're getting to play those cards, even the times you do get 3-bet, very good, and that it's not really much of a disadvantage, and your opponent can't even really take advantage of you by doing that. Originally, I'd wanted to play a 15-30 structure, or so it would be a 2-3 structure. I'm going to bet here, fold to raise. It would be a complex bluff. My opponent can still call me with ace high, and e7, so on and so forth. So I believe there's still a fairly good value in a bet there. I need to turn my poker ace HUD on. He had he had ace 5. And so again, there will be a lot going in this match. I'm just going to try and focus on the blind play when that's happening. And just hopefully get into a lot of situations where he attacks out of the big blind, and just kind of show people how they can cope with that. Here I kind of want to get the last bluff in the river. There's he could be pure bluffing, he could have some draws. So with the equity I have, I just want to make sure the last bet goes in. Ideally, I'd actually be playing against a maniac, just for the point of this video, but I just really want to show how really anything can be played. I'm going to put in a bet here.